computer. Perfect. All right, guys, welcome to Diamond Zone. It is Tuesday. What's the date today? Jesus, June 20th. Tuesday, June 20th. Happy Tuesday. And I know we'll have people, we'll start logging in more and more here. But as everybody knows, and I know there's new people that are being exposed to Diamond Zone, but this goes on every morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And it really is to have the attitude like you see on the screen in order to build your business. You know, if people really want to go out there and go after it, you know what? You have to have a desire and you have to have a commitment level if you really want to achieve some of the stories that you hear about within World Global Network. And, you know, I love lions. I just do for whatever reason. But this is how you have to go after your goals. And what we do on these calls is we switch up the different trainings. All the trainings do live on our YouTube page. It's called Giammalva Global, Giammalva. So these are recorded, and if people want to go back and listen to different aspects of your business, from your testimonial to how to build, to the right mindset, the attributes to success, the different steps that you have to take to achieve your goals, everything lives on that YouTube channel. But I'm a firm believer in having live events. That's just how I've always grown up within the industry. I think there's something to be said when there's a live event. I think it promotes urgency. And I'm all about working with the right people. And the way I work with the right people is, you know, the ones that support the system are usually the ones, right, that are going to build a business. Let me give you the mentality. A lot of us are going to Las Vegas, okay? A lot of us are going to Las Vegas tomorrow and Thursday for this unbelievable event that we have. And by the way, on Thursday night in Las Vegas at 6 o'clock, we're doing a business overview in the ballroom. A lot of people have guests in Vegas, so that's when you want to bring your guest. Thursday, right after, for all team builders, we've made it simpler because we want to meet everybody that's flying in. If you are a team builder, we have an unbelievable suite at the Palms Hotel, 6,500 square foot suite. You're going to want to be at that party. And if you're not a team builder, guys, figure it out today. Get it done. You're going to want to be at that event if you're coming to Las Vegas. It's going to be a really, really good marketing event for you. Bring your camera so you could take pictures in the suite, because this business, a lot of it is about marketing. So if you're going to be in Vegas, make sure you're a team builder, and we want to see you at the suite because that's going to be a big event. And then on Friday, Friday and Saturday, of course, is the actual event. If you go to the Disrupt, it's called Disrupt. It's an app in your app store. I think it's called Disrupt. I have it. Hang on one second. It's it's World Changers Disrupt app. You could see the itinerary. Everybody who's anybody is going to be at this event. More and more, all the presidents and above are supporting this event. So you're going to be able to, you know, rub shoulders with everybody who's hit president or above within the organization of World Global Network. So we've never had more support, because we're going to have over 2,000 people there, guys. And I always say this, it's not too late. It's not too late to make that commitment. And I think always with a figure it out attitude, you know, people go, you know what, I'm going. Because I tell you, big things happen at big events. So if you could figure out a way how to get there, okay, then I'm telling you, it'll be worth, you know, whatever dollars you're spending to get there, it'll be worth it on the back end. Because we always talk about, you know, in this type of business, we always talk about we have no overhead. We have no employees. Listen, we have no traditional overhead. We don't have employees. We don't have infrastructure costs. But is there still at some point a cost of your business? You know what your cost of your business is? Whatever you're going to invest in yourself. When someone comes to Vegas, you're investing in yourself because of the knowledge you're going to receive. So you just got to ask yourself, am I worth whatever it's going to take you to get to Las Vegas? Okay, if you think about it, let's just say you're coming from New York. Okay, the furthest east you could possibly be, right? And let's say it costs you $600 for the plane ticket. Let's say it costs you another $250 for the ticket to get in. That's $850. And it costs you another $100 a night because it's cheap right now. You can find places. And it was 3 nights, $1,150. Let's just round it up, $1,500. Okay, let's say $2,000. Would you invest $2,000 knowing that you're going to receive the information that you need to achieve your financial goals? And sometimes this is what I always try to get at with everybody, okay? Everybody, if I ask everybody on this call, okay, would you want to be earning $50,000 a month? Let's just use that number, $50,000 a month. Okay, and I could tell you, when you get to 50,000, okay, you want to make 100,000 a month. And believe me, when you get to 100,000, you want to make 200,000 a month. You know what the best part about this opportunity is? Whatever you want, you could have. But are you willing to do what the people who are making $50,000 a month do? That's my point. If you looked at everybody who's accomplished anything over, let's just say $5,000 a week, $20,000 a month, they figure out how to invest in themselves. That's just what they do. That's what this business is, guys. It's personal development. It's getting around it. And when we have these events, when you're able to be around it for 48 hours, it makes a difference. And I know Jeremy just released that you're going to be able to do it online. Yes, if you can't possibly go, you should be on the online event. No doubt. But there's nothing like being there. Nothing. Because you can't see, right, all the stuff that goes on the breaks, at the lunches, at the social events, the conversations. These are the things that you can't duplicate through an online event. Yes, you could hear the speakers. Is that valuable? Of course it is. But I'm sharing this with you because I want to make sure I give everybody the right information. Okay, and if you're going to go out there and you're going to build your business, here's how I think. I want to know who I really have on my team. So when I do these diamond zones, I always look at the attendees. And I say, you know what? That's who I really have on my team. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that I have 5,000 people on my team. And let's say at the Las Vegas event, I only have 300 people there. You know how I think? I really only have 300 people on my group. The genealogy may say 5,000, but I really only have 300. Because we've learned this very early on in our business within network marketing. And Lisa was told, when we have a live event, how many people do you have in the room? See, in the beginning, you're happy you come to the event. But then after a while, you go, I need to have a row at the event. Then you want to take up a section. And this is the mentality you have to have. And so you got to give everybody the right information. And that's how I do. That's why I love Diamond Zone. Because I see who's committed to doing what they're supposed to do to build their business. And what we always want to do is try to take people to the next level. Okay? So having said that, okay, and not all the rankings have come through, but I do want to congratulate Karen Spencer, who hit platinum last night. Congratulations, Karen. I look forward to seeing you at the suite party. Caitlin Mariah, who hit gold. Congratulations, Caitlin. So excited. And brand new, Brett Yeagley, who also hit gold within the group. And like I said, the volume doesn't close until it closes. And I want to share with you how I think, guys. I work to the very last minute of every pay cycle. I was up at 3:30 in the morning this morning, true. And you could ask some of the people, because I was texting them and I was asking them, what do they have? Because the volume's not closed until the volume is closed. And I don't know if that's going to be 10 in the morning or 11 in the morning or 12. I don't know. Maybe they even extended a day. I don't know. But I'm always going to work as it's the last minute of every day. This is the mentality I have. You want to know why? You want to know why you should always be putting everything in as it comes in and creating urgency? First of all, people get cold. If you're not striking quickly, and getting people started when they're ready, I'm telling you, and I said this yesterday, and I say it every time I do a presentation, people get sucked back into whatever it is they want to get away from, right? So in other words, they get on a webinar, they're all excited, and we don't have the urgency to get somebody started. Because you know what? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. I'm tired. I'll call that person tomorrow. Okay. And it's the same people calling me back and going, I don't know what happened. Because we don't have the urgency. That's why I have this picture up there. We got to have the urgency. Okay, not that you have the urgency to convince people to do this, but I want to be there to answer any question, because I know without a doubt this is the greatest opportunity out there. And so I want to work to the very last minute, always. And here's another reason. For some of you who haven't hit your ranks, you never know who the person is who's going to enter into your business that will create momentum for you. When you got to understand something. When you get somebody in, there's momentum. And you know what? Momentum feeds upon itself. And so people say, well, I'll wait. No, guys, do you understand something? Usually sometimes when you get one person in, you get 4 people in the same day. I can't explain it. It's just called momentum. It is what it is. And so what you always want to do is you want to try to create as much momentum in your company. And you know what it is? Your business turns on a dime. Your business can turn on a dime with one new person. One new person. Did you hear the story of the new president that just came into the organization? Yesterday on Chanatita's call, he got involved in November, did nothing. He said it on the call. But 5 months later, somebody got involved in his organization and started to go crazy, which got him excited, and he started to then do something finally since November, and he became president. One person who came into the business. And I want people to do this today. If you have people that need to get in, you need to call them and you need to get them in before this pay cycle changes over. You want to work through the month. Very, very, very important, guys. I'm telling you, this is how leaders think. Okay, every minute of every day. Why do you think I was up at 3:30 in the morning? Because I understand there's a lot of people out there, right, that need to create the momentum for their companies. So having said that, okay, let me just kind of walk you through now the thing I want to talk about. For all the people that got started, do you all know what this is? Let me put it up. Oh, you know what? I have it here. Do you all know what this is? This is our welcome letter. This is our welcome letter. Because here's my thing. I want to make sure I get people started correctly. See, it's not just getting somebody started because they bought a premium pack. It's finding out what you have. This is the responsibility all of us have. And I don't care if you're brand new. Everybody could call somebody up and walk them through the welcome letter. Because don't you want to know very quickly if you have somebody that wants to go to work? And it's our responsibility. There is a responsibility when you sponsor people. My responsibility is to make sure I am there to support them. I can't make them successful. I could support their success. But the success is going to come from what? Doing some very, very simple things. And this is what is so important, okay, as you go out there and start to build your teams. And so I have to walk people through, and everybody, you have to walk people through the welcome letter. You just don't say, listen, I'm sending you the welcome letter, read it. If you're brand new, this is how you get better. This is how you start to understand people. This is how you start to understand who you're going to spend your time with. After you go through the welcome letter, after you go through it, I promise you, you will know if you have somebody that's going to go to work. Other words, we're just blinded. And these are the people we talk about. Oh, they're not doing anything. Well, did you do the necessary things, first of all? Because what if someone doesn't do what they're supposed to do? Do you guys know the mentality? Keep them in long enough so maybe they lead you to somebody who does what they're supposed to do. That's my mentality. See, here's how this works, guys. If I go through the welcome letter with somebody, if this is you, right? And you sponsor Mark, right? And Mark comes in with a premium pack. And you're all excited, right? And you got Mark started. He bought a premium pack. You know you have a $200 commission coming. And if you matched it on the other side, right, you got another $200. You probably made $400. Okay? Now, is that why you sponsored Mark? No. What are you supposed to do with Mark? You're supposed to make sure Mark gets the welcome letter. And when I go through everything with the welcome letter, right, and Mark, let's say Mark is excited. Well, then obviously we could drive his first two people right away, right? The people who want to go, go. And I'm going to show you how you get people's first two people. But let's say Mark is this guy, hey, you know what? I want to take my time. Thanks for going through my welcome letter, right? I appreciate it. I'll send out some texts if I want to. Okay, I'll let you know if I need a three-way call. You did what you're supposed to do, but he's just not that motivated, right? Because you all know a third of the people that sign up do nothing. A third are frozen, and a third will go to work. But let's say Mark is just somebody that's just going to do it on his terms. You know what I want to do with Mark? First of all, I have a check mark that I did the right things with Mark. He knows I'm there. He knows I will support him. Okay? And so what I want to do is I want to keep Mark in long enough to lead me to somebody else. So let's say 60 days later, Mark leads me to this person. Am I going to leave the responsibility of bringing this person into someone who's not really doing it? You guys, are you in tune with your organization? Are you in tune with what's going on? Let's say Mark introduces me to Joe. And Joe's a dud. But Joe leads me to Steve. Right? And let's say Steve's a dud. But Steve introduces us to Mary. And Mary's the superstar. Okay? Do you think, okay, that you're going to leave Mary's responsibility or Mary's business in the hands of Steve, Joe, or Mark? You got to get underneath this. And some of you need to hear this. Some of you have organizations that are 6, 7, 8, 9 levels deep. Do you know on the binary, you're paid down infinite levels? Do you know I'm doing three-way calls and Zoom meetings for people that are 15 levels deep? Why do you think I'm doing that? Because I'm trying to find the diamond. I'm trying to find the person who really wants this. And a lot of times it's not the people you personally sponsor. So you got to go down here and you got to be in tune with what's going on in your business. And the way you do it, you want to know how you do it? Everybody needs to get a welcome letter. Because if I get Mark the welcome letter and I walk him through it, I know in my mind what I got. I know. And I know if Mark leaves me to Joe, I can't leave Joe in the responsibility of Mark. He doesn't want to build. But do you know how many people? I will promise you, most of your leaders will be on your 4th, 5th, and 6th levels. Okay? When Dan Mays sponsored Lisa, okay, that was on Dan. Dan went down and found the diamond. The diamond wasn't the person above Lisa. Okay, she got in and led Dan to Lisa. But you think Dan left it up to Tasha to be the person who gives Lisa the right information? No. Ask Dan if it paid him. Ask Dan if working down his organization paid him a very nice 6-figure income. Because they found what? One diamond, Lisa. But see, Dan said, okay, move over, Tasha. I got this. And you think Tasha was happy for about 10 years sitting on top of what Lisa did? This is how you build an organization, guys. And this is why I say it's important, because you're building this way. You're building this way. You're bringing in new people. And you're looking for the person that takes it this way. Well, how do you find that person that takes it this way? You got to be a good recruiter. This is why I say you work through the month. What if the person is sitting there right now and you didn't do the follow-up call, and the person wants to get started, right? And you want to get him in today, because you could drive all the business that you need to do with this person starting tomorrow. You follow me? So this is the mentality you all have to have. Your leaders will be down here, but I'm saying all this to say this. The way you know what you got is you got to go through the welcome letter. Okay? You got to go through it with them. You got to let them know what Hilo.biz is. Okay, my Hilo Biz. So they could watch Jeremy Roma's Fast Start training. Check mark, make sure that's done. You want to know how they want to make sure they know how to stay connected. I had 2 people this morning text me and said, can I get on your calls? Okay, can I, where do your trainings live? And I simply asked the question. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. I said, who's your sponsor? And the sponsor is somebody always on Diamond Zone. They didn't know where to go for the resources. They didn't know where to go. You guys, now this is Diamond Zone. That's why this is what we take it up another notch. We're trying to get you to develop. And sometimes we have to shake you and go, you got to wake up. Are you really taking responsibility for your company? This is what you got to ask yourself. And these are the switches that happens. Because in the beginning, it's like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to go to Vegas. This is nice. But something happens. And when that switch goes on, that lion comes out. I'm going to take responsibility. Why do you think I was up when I got up this morning? Because I'm responsible, and I want to make sure I have everybody that has people that they get them in. This is how we do it. Because I don't know where the next president's going to come from. So you got to get them connected. And so you go through it. And I'm going through it with you. Subscribe to the Giamalba Global YouTube channel. Pull it up for them. This is why you need Zoom, because I could go through the welcome letter with people, right? And I could go through it and go, let me show you how it looks. Here's the Giammalva YouTube page. Look at these different trainings. And if you're in tune with the trainings, you know what you could say? I would recommend you watch this one. You're giving direction. See, it's not just bringing people in. That's the work is on the back end, not the front end. Getting people in is easy. Okay, then if you want, here's what you do. Then you go through it. If you want a personalized capture page, how to set that up. Here's a sample, what we want you to start to do, right? Sending out these text messages, leveraging three-way calls. Let me tell you what a three-way call is. Let me tell you how you set up a three-way call. Now you know what the person's thinking. My gosh, I'm with the right person. But if they just get the welcome letter and you go read it, how do you know what you really got? This is where the rapport is built. See, a lot of times we think building rapport just happens right before you sponsor them. I got to build rapport so they trust in me. Well, you still got to build the rapport after they get involved. Let me tell you why. A lot of you are networking through cold market. And you may be good enough to sponsor somebody through cold market, but have you built a rapport with them after? If you're getting people on Facebook, Craigslist, I love all these different ways in which you're bringing people in, but it doesn't mean you don't build rapport on the back end. So you can find out very quickly who wants to go to work. Then you let them know about the live Zoom meetings every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Let them know what that is. The recorded opportunity presentations. Okay, you guys are getting the gist of this, right? And then, I got to erase this. Okay? Then you go through every detail here. To sign up new customers, send them to www.yourname.worldgn.com. People start to understand, and then guess what? You bring them in to the fold. How to sign into your back office. Go into their back office. Show them what to do, how to find the information. You're developing leadership, guys. It's taking this time. I don't care. Do you know the most valuable hour you'll spend with somebody? Right here. Once they get involved. And here's what you have to know. What's done to them, they will duplicate. Oh, here's the welcome letter. Read it. Guess what they'll duplicate? Here's the welcome letter. Read it. But if I'm this personal sponsor and I brought that person in and I took the time, they will take the time. And everything that we do betters our chances to develop an organization. Going through the 5 steps to diamond with people. 2 great resources, right? Chan Natita's site, how to get a hold of Jeff and Lisa, if that's the upline. All these different things. If you're in a different organization, it's the same thing. It's the same information. And then you walk them through, right? The biggest thing they're going to be doing is what? Not presentations. They're not doing home parties, right? They're not doing hotel meetings. You know what they're doing? A lot of things online. A lot of things through the phone. A lot of things through through text. So walk them through the launch script. Tell them the mentality. So you got to get familiar with this. Some of you need to stop, okay, and re-engage as it's your first time. Maybe that's where some of you are tonight. It's nothing bad about that. Nothing bad. You go, you know what? I'm going to start over like I'm brand new, and I'm going to do everything on this welcome letter. That might be good for some of you to do. I had to do it, and I was involved 2 years. And when I finally made the decision after 2 years of really not doing nothing, you know what Lisa said to me? Listen, we're going to take you through as you're a new distributor. Oh, okay. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Of course not. It's just part of your journey. That's your journey. And you walk them through all this. Now, guess what? If you do this over and over again, you become an expert. You're giving people direction. That's the business. From sponsoring somebody, what do? I'm giving you direction. Here's what you need to do. And I showed you yesterday. Sometimes you got somebody that just can't make that decision. It's not because you're trying to close them, but some people just have a tough time. So that's why I say, get the paper app. Let's take your information. Let me put you in. Pull up a Zoom meeting and do the app and get into the back office and do it for them. You're teaching and you're getting them started at the same time. These are just little tricks, guys. Because if I bring somebody in, okay, everybody wants a self-starter. I get it. But self-starters don't grow on trees. Maybe a self-starter blossoms a year later. Doesn't matter. Just like I give my all-out effort every morning, or if I'm on stage, if there's one person in the audience or 10,000, it would make no difference. I'm going to do it with the same passion and the same excitement. You know why? You never know who you're going to reach. Never. You never know who's ready to hear the information and who's going to take the next step. Right? And I don't know what happens on these calls. Maybe today someone out of the 82 people on this call right now says, you know what? He's right. I'm going to start over today. I'm going to get my first two. I'm going to be a team builder today. You don't know. I don't know. But I do know I'm going to give you the right information and let the right people hear it. That's how you build a business. And you got to be consistent in doing it. Consistency. It's not that I'm excited today, okay? I got to have this mentality every day. Every day, this mentality. Do you see the screen? This is my mentality every day. I do Diamond Zone. This is my mentality when I get on stage. This is my mentality when I do three-way calls. This is my mentality whenever I talk to any one of our distributors. That's my mentality. I want everybody to know I'm serious. Do the people you have in your organization know you're serious? Do they really believe you believe? This is where it comes from. And if it's not you, here's my thing, and take this the right way. Get out of the way. If you're not really doing the right things and you have people in your organization that you're pretending to lead, you're doing them a disservice. You know what I would appreciate? And I'll just use anybody as an example. Okay? Wait a second. Someone doesn't know that they're not muted. So hang on. See, you can tell. Well, I'll just put the Diamond Zone on. Yeah, we'll listen, maybe. Okay. I'm on a roll this morning. Okay? Now let me share with you. Remember that example I just showed? Watch. Okay? Here's you, right? And you're really, you know what? Everything I'm saying, you're going, you know, I'm not really doing that. I'm kind of dipping my toe in, but you introduce this to Mark, right? And Mark starts to build a team. Mark starts to go wide, right? And Mark sponsors these people and these people. And you're pretending to lead these people. And above you, let's just use, I don't want to use any names. I'll just put me, Jeff. First of all, I'm a bad example. Let me tell you why. Because I would know this guy who happened to find a couple of people working is really not doing it. So I'm going to get underneath it. You guys follow this? Here's what I would respect. If this was Steve, right? And Steve's not really doing much, but he has an organization building underneath him. okay, I would expect if Steve said, hey, listen, Jeff, I have an organization. I'm not really doing the right things. Okay, and I don't want to give these people the wrong information. And I'm going to move out of the way. Some of you have groups, right? And you have to sometimes maybe get out of the way if you're not willing to do the right things. And I'm telling you why. Okay, this is a multi-million-dollar opportunity. And that's why I take everything that we do very seriously. So if you're not doing the right things, that's okay. It just may be part of your journey. But let the people above you know that you're really not doing the right thing so they could get underneath your organization. It's only going to benefit you once you do make the decision to become the person that leads the team. Remember, this is diamond zone stuff. I know what I tell people. I get it. Listen, you could just be a person that leads me to people. Well, see, if I'm going through a welcome letter, I know right then and there what I got. Hey, Jeff, listen, I'm not going to do all this stuff. I got credibility. If you're willing to do the work, I'll send you people. See, I know he's upfront with me, but I want to share people how to build the business. I'll show you that when we do our training on stage in Las Vegas. Okay, it's nothing that most of you haven't seen because you're on Diamond Zone every day. Okay, now once you have that, now watch. Love that picture. I think that's going to be my first tattoo. I'm serious. I love that picture. Okay. Current slide. So now I'm going through the welcome letter, right? And we know the first thing you want to do is you want to get somebody to team builder. I want you to understand why we do what we do. Do you know when I do this slide, I tell people all the time that I wanted to get my 20% right away? When you're going through your welcome letter, you got to let everybody know the importance of getting their first 2 people in, because you're going to be working with this person very closely and you're going to find out very quickly what you got. Do I have somebody with credibility? Do I have somebody with a contact base? Then I could give this person the information. That's why I tell people every time I do a presentation, I put my daughter Jenna here and my daughter Jessica here. And I got that done right away. Do you see the message I'm sending? Team builder doesn't take 16 months. If you got somebody, okay, and they understand the importance of this, you know what I say to them? I'll sit down with them and go, okay, Bill, we're starting a company and we're going to put together your board of directors, Bill. Hang on, let me put this back in. We're going to put together your board of directors. Who do you want on your board of directors? Bill, hypothetically, if you're starting a company, how many people do you know that would want to be part of a multi-million-dollar opportunity? Oh, Jeff, I have lots of people. How many, Bill? 20. Okay. Who would you want as your first 2? Let's put names to this, Bill. Oh, Jeff, I know without a doubt. I can make this call right now. Right now, I can make a call. And I'm telling you, if Steve will go here. No doubt about it. Okay, if Steve started, where would he start? Well, I wouldn't let him start without a premium pack. Perfect. Okay, now who's going to be your second person? Well, that's going to be Bill. And I know without a doubt, I'm not going to let anybody take my first 2 positions. That's their premium. I'm getting them to see who's going to be on their board of directors. Now, he just got started. I said, John, do you know why I put my kids here? Because I knew I was going to build it. And so I want to get names to it because I want to get this person to give me his board of directors. If he starts naming all these people, I know without a doubt we can get 12 people in right away. This is what you can do when you sit down with people. You just don't say, here's the welcome letter, plug in. It's sitting down and seeing what kind of person do you really have. Now, there's your first two. Now, do you understand how this works, right? When you bring in your third person, it's going to go underneath Steve. And your fourth person is going to go underneath Bill. And your fifth person. So what we want to do is we want to fill up all these spots. I'm going to put 10 on the left and 10 on the right. And I want people to understand how the comp plan works. This is how I do both things. I explain how people come in, the importance of getting team builder, and then I could then show them that every week we total these dollars and how they make their 20%. Do you guys know how to make the 20%? This is the responsibility. But if you just stop with their first two, I just took somebody who bought a premium, and I turned 800 into what? 2,400. Follow me? If I really had somebody and we add the bios then to everybody who gets in, remember your board of directors, that's another 1,500. So I just took somebody who just got started and I drove $3,000 in business. You see what happens if you spend time with people? One thing's for sure, you're going to know what you got. Sometimes you work with them and they go, you know what? In the next 2 hours, I'm going to get my first two. Great. Here's what I want you to say on the three-way call. I want you to say, listen, I just started a company. Okay, in wearable technology, we're launching throughout the United States. I'm putting together my board of directors. I'm sending you this 2-minute video, and I'm going to get you on the phone with somebody that's working very closely with me. When's the last time you took a person who just got started and got them doing three-way calls the same day? Urgency. Urgency, everyone. It's not waiting and going, okay, I got this, I got it. Okay, a week from now, I'll go to work or I'll make my list. No, see, you got to give people the information. Why? Because you have the urgency. When someone puts up their hands and goes, hey, too fast for me, then you back off. But you're going to be surprised if you do it this way, you may surface somebody that brings in 30 people in their first 2 weeks. You just haven't experienced it because you haven't done these things that I'm showing you here today. So I want to get people to understand this is big. You're building a company. And this company, through all the people that you bring in, will lead you around the world. And if you're structuring it like we are, who would you want? Your first 10 people on your left and your first 10 people on your right, because these are your board of directors. You may have somebody who goes, hey man, I'll tell you right now. Now you haven't experienced this yet, but I'm telling you it can happen. But what's the worst case scenario? They get their first two, and I just drove $2,400 in business. Okay, I don't have to go through this with you again, right? Because I've done it over and over again. And you know why you tell people about the platinum? I'm sorry, the premium pack? Because this is the value. I'm not here to do this one again. Okay, this is the value. This is how you take people through. And this is how you get people to make decisions and then very quickly walk them through the welcome letter. And this is how you get people started the right way. Does this make sense, everybody? It's a business. Can you imagine McDonald's taking $1.2 million and go, here's your welcome letter. Just follow this. It'll tell you how to run the franchise. No, they bring you to McDonald's school for 2 weeks. Well, you know what? You could build a lot of rapport. You could build that camaraderie. You could build that trust just by going through every aspect of that welcome letter. One thing's for sure, they're going to know to get where to get the resources versus calling you and going, what's that website? How do I get on the Zoom meeting? What's a three-way call? Who can I call about this? You know what that tells me? No one walked them through the simple welcome letter. And these are the things that have to be done, guys. So that's the training today. Love you, love you, love you. Okay? But here's the deal. Okay? The volume still hasn't closed. I know a lot of you have some things that are in the funnel. Call them up, get them in. Create your momentum. Every single person. You need to create momentum for your business. Where's my line? I want to end with my lion. Okay? This makes me happy. Where's my desktop? Oh, here we go. Okay. Have this attitude, guys. Have this attitude, not in an attacking manner. Have this attitude, okay, to create the urgency within yourself. This is how you have to be from within, not outwardly to everybody else. I'm here to hunt you and kill you. No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's being aggressive within your own attributes. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. See you tomorrow morning. After the call tomorrow, we're on our way to Vegas. Cannot wait. And we will be doing these from Vegas, from our suite. I want you guys to see. For the people that aren't coming, okay, I want you to give you a tour of what you're missing. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.